Hello.
Hello.
ஒரு நிமிஷம். கேக்குதா?
கேக்குதுங்க சார். கேக்குதுங்க விக்னேஷ்.
So, I think Induji RT Sanjini was.
She's a faculty.
अच्छा.
Sanjini was okay.
சரி.
Let them to join.
அவங்க ஜாயின் ஆகட்டும். அது வரைக்கும் நான் என் மைக்கை மியூட் பண்ணி வச்சிடுறேன். சரியா?
சரி சரிங்க சரிங்க. மேம்.
சார் சொல்லுங்க சார்.
சார் குட் ஆஃப்டர்நூன் மேம்.
குட் ஆஃப்டர்நூன் சார்.
பசங்க வராங்க இல்லைங்களா மேம்? மற்ற ஃபேக்கல்ட்டி வராங்க.
ஆமா, எல்லாத்துக்கும் இன்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணிருக்கோம்.
சரிங்க மேம். ஓகே. இன்னும் ஒரு 5 minutes நம்ம வெயிட்.
National Digital Library of India.
National Digital Library.
We are National Digital Library of India.
Okay, so we are
hello. Yes, sir.
Yes.
I will give you a small intro of you so that the people can know you. Welcome you all for this webinar. I welcome Dr. Vignesh Swarnamohan. He's right now he's working as a CSC Chief Strategic and Outreach Officer in National Digital Library in India. Previously, he worked in CSC Governance Services India Private Limited. He has done his MA and MPhil in Public Management from Madras University, and then he went to JNU for he completed his PhD from JNU. He is a very good friend of me. I welcome him for giving this guest lecture. And also I welcome other HODs, Julian sir, Anbumalar ma'am, and other faculty from departments and students and sirs. If suppose I missed any name, sorry. Thank you for joining. I will hand over the session to Dr. Vignesh. Vignesh, please.
Thank you, Sendil, for this kind introduction. My name is Vignesh. So I am with the National Digital Library of India team. And so before we start the session, there are some few housekeeping rules that I wanted to share it with you. One is, I think still 3 participants audio has not yet been enabled. One is Rochelle, another one is Shalini NP, and the third one is there is somebody who has just put in the name with only ... So I'm just going to send them a chat message. Kindly unmute your mic. So kindly click on the audio button. So kindly request if they are your batchmates, kindly request them to start the audio so that they can listen to the lecture properly. Otherwise, there is no point of attending the lecture. So Shalini NP, Dakshana, I think she's just joined, and one more ... I don't know who it is. And also kindly rename your screen into your name so that we can call you by name. Otherwise, it would become very difficult to identify in the group. Okay, so with this, let me start the session. So is the screen visible? If yes, kindly put a chat message, it's visible, so that I can start the presentation. Is the presentation visible? Okay, good. So we are good to go now. So still people are joining in. So as I said, my name is Vignesh. I'm part of the National Digital Library of India team. And today we are going to look at the objective of the session are six. One is we have to understand why NDLI and who is this NDLI for, what kind of content we have, and how to access NDLI, what is the difference between NDLI and Google, and how to operate NDLI club in your own institution. So these are the things that we are going to see it in today's session. So let me begin with the first session of why NDLI. So today the country needs quality knowledge resource for anyone, anytime, anywhere. So I will explain this further by giving my personal example. So when I was doing my MPhil and PhD at JNU, so that time I used to face three challenges. I think most of you might have faced the same kind of challenges in your own library or institution as well. First is the faculty might take a lecture, and he or she may prescribe a specific chapter from a book, and she may request us to go to the central library and access it. We go to the central library, we search in the OPAC. Most likely, if it's a good resource, most of the cases it might have been issued to another faculty member, right? And like unlike when it's issued to a student, when it's issued to a faculty, they have a slightly more privilege to extend the or keep it renewed for at least one or two more cycles. So ultimately we have to go back to the faculty to take his or her permission to read this, to take that resource, photocopy it, and then return it back to the faculty member. So that's one challenge that we faced. And the second challenge which we faced was we go to the library, we see in the pack whether it's available or not. If it's available, it's when it says it's available, we go to the section and we go to the so-and-so rack, except that one book. We will find all the other books. So one brilliant student or one brilliant member from the campus might have kept it somewhere so that others cannot locate that resource. So that's the second kind of challenges we faced. And the third challenge which we faced was we go to the library, we locate the we find the resource, it's in the pack, it's available, we go to the section, it's available. And when we look for the specific chapter, except that chapter, rest of the book might be there. So the student was so eager to read that resource so much, so he took away that chapter. So that's thatching, or they might have underlined with pencil or pen so that others can't read. So these three challenges I faced it in the physical libraries, where the library, so our library was one of those libraries where the library was open 24/7, and we could access it any time, and we had closer to few lakh resources. Still then, so that's one of the kind of challenges the physical library has. And thanks to Corona, now you cannot even access the resources that you have in your own library. So that is another challenge that we have come across. And one more challenge in the recent past, we have been noticing across the country, not just in India, across the world as well. The budget for the libraries have drastically come down. They each they give their own reasons. So ultimately, what it results in reduction of reduced access to knowledge resources, and followed by reduced access to quality, reduced level of learning outcomes. So that's what we have seen from our experience. So to address these challenges, our team like had come up with so the then HRD minister requested IIT Kharagpur to come up with an idea of this National Digital Library of India, wherein we can collate openly available educational resources into a single platform. So NDLI became a reality in 2016 when we started with very few lakh resources with very few users, and today we are about 4.8 crore resources uh, and with 55 lakh user base as of today. So now let's see the perspective. So if you look at the country's literacy rate as per 2011 census, like except very few states, Kerala, Goa, Tripura, and Mizoram, the literacy level in all the other states are like less than 80%. These are all like official statistics. So you can imagine the actual situation on the ground. It may like be even worse than this. So, and also there is another glaring statistics that comes in front of us, wherein it says like 1 million people, that is like 10 lakh people are turning into 18 years. So that leads us to a next question of what do they do? So they have to get into a higher educational institution. And so if we have to address this educational need, the emerging need, India needs to set up at least 6 universities and 270 colleges every month. And this requires at least 60,000 crore to 1 lakh crore to address this uh, requirement. And this is just one time. And you can imagine very well how to sustain these resources. That will take another 1 lakh crore. So if you really ask me, are these sustainable in the long run? I don't know. So it's a very tough question to ask. So what government of India looked at is coming up with supplementary and complementary learning resources like NPTEL, Swayam Prabha, NDLI. These are all like ancillary or complementary and supplementary learning resources that are aiming to address this educational challenge. So NDLI was formally dedicated to the nation on 19 June 2018 by the then HRD minister. Now let's see who is this for and what kind of content we have at NDLI. NDLI is meant for everyone. So like starting from school going students to college going youths, professionals, academicians or researchers, entrepreneurs, and lifelong learners. So we have resources for all target groups. So who are our content contributors? So if you look at the content contributors, you name any major educational or research institutions in the country, they are our content contributors. So basically how we operate is we act as a integrating platform, right? So we don't produce content, rather we collaborate with partners who are like-minded to share their resources with the entire country. So far we have closer to 251 such content contributors with us, and some of them we have listed here. So what type of content we have? So computer science, information and general works, we have closer to 99 lakhs. Philosophy and psychology, 5 lakhs. Religion, 2 lakhs. Social sciences, 45 lakhs. Languages, 1 lakh. Natural sciences and mathematics, 83 lakhs. Technology, 1 crore. Arts, fine and decorative arts, 4.5 lakhs. Literature and rhetoric, 7.8 lakhs. History and geography, 6 lakhs. And who are the top 20 content contributors? So World Ebook Library, they are the top most content contributors. They've contributed closer to 77 lakh resources. Followed by CiteShareX, they have contributed closer to 52 lakh resources. So World Ebook Library, the government has procured a national license from them. That means on behalf of the Indian citizens, the government of India procured the national license. So Indian citizens can access these resources at free of cost. So that's the meaning of this. Okay, so then let's see what type of contents we have. So we have contents starting from ebooks, articles, video lectures, audio lectures, presentations, term papers, assignments, assessment, question banks, manuscripts, thesis, dissertations, project reports, law acts. So you name any form of educational and knowledge resources that's available. So content article tops the list with 2.94 crore resources, followed by books which are 63 lakh books. Okay, so now let's see the access options. So when you search, below every article you will see three icons. The first icon denotes the access option, and the second icon denotes the language, and the third icon denotes which file format it is. So these three icons. So first icon, which is access option, uh, like if the lock is open, if the green color lock is open, it means it's a full text resource. And similarly, when it's a rectangle box in green color with National Digital Library of India written on it, it means it is also full text. Full text means these resources can be downloaded and used for educational purposes. So you can actually download the entire book and study it for free. So that's the idea. So now let's see how many such full text resources available. So as I mentioned, Open and NDLI constitutes the full text. So we have 3.6 crore resources which are full text. So these resources can be easily downloaded from your mobile phone or from your laptop or desktop and used for educational purposes. Now let's see how to access NDLI. It's very simple. It's not a rocket science. I think for the young generation, it's even more easier. What you need to do is go to Google and search for National Digital Library of India. And the first URL you will get is ndl.iitkgp.ac.in, or another URL called ndl.gov.in. These are the URLs, whichever URL you click. Once you click on this URL, you will be taken to our homepage. So this is how our homepage looks like. So there will be a pop-up window which we have created during this lockdown time. So suppose if you want to search, and what you need to do is, so for example, I have searched for a term called administrative theory. So on the top there is a search box. Okay, here what I have done is I searched for a term called administrative theory. I think this is primarily for public administration students. You just search for your topic, and then here what I have done is I wanted only full text resources. That means I want only contents which I can download and use. So I clicked on open and NDLI filter, access restriction open and NDLI filter, and I got 34 lakh resources available on this topic, administrative theory. Now you can further refine the results by subject category or author. So you can refine the resources. So using NDLI is very simple. What you need to do, you need to remember only two things. One is the search topic. You have to be very clear about the search topic, and you should type without any spelling mistake. If you make any spelling mistake in the topic, then your results may not be correct, right? And the next thing you need to remember is the filters. So these are the filters. On the left hand side there are about 9 or 10 filters which you may want to remember. On the right hand side there is one more filter called content type. So in the left hand side we have filters like access restriction, author, subject category, educational degree, difficulty level, educational level, file format, language, learning resource type, and source. So these are the filters which you may want to remember. And the next topic I searched was on financial administration. Here I applied two filters. One is I wanted full text, so I clicked on access restriction, and I also wanted from the subject category of social sciences only. So I got 12 lakh results on financial administration. And then I searched for a term called history of social work, and I wanted from the subject category of social sciences only. I got 5 lakh resources on the topic of history of social work. And then I searched for a topic called social work with tribal community. Social work with tribal community. Here I wanted only thesis on the topic of social work with tribal community. So what I did was, so there is a filter called source. Suppose if I want only thesis, so there is a source called Inflibnut Shodh Ganga. Shodh Ganga means it's a repository of Indian thesis. So there are about 6 lakh theses which are already uploaded onto Inflibnut Shodh Ganga, and all of them are available at NDLI at free of cost. So you click on Inflibnut Shodh Ganga, and here we have got 5,000 theses on the topic of social work with tribal community. And then I searched for a term called financial accounting. Okay, so here again I applied access restriction, wherein I wanted only full text, and then I wanted only video lectures that are available, openly available on the topic of financial accounting. So what I did was, on the right hand side we have a tab called content type, and there I clicked on video. So I got 1727 video lectures on financial accounting. And then I searched for a term called business economics. Here I applied two filters, access restriction and subject category. I wanted both in social sciences and technology, and I got 6 lakh resources on business economics. And then I searched for a topic called public administration, wherein I wanted only UPSC civil service related materials. So again I typed public administration, I went to source, and then I clicked on UPSC civil services exam. I got 886 results on the topic of public administration under UPSC civil services. Okay, so now, as I shown in the first slide itself, so in this time of corona, our team has actually classified the content into various educational levels and subject disciplines, right? So you can access them by clicking on the top. So on the top of the every page, you can see this corona outbreak study from home. So you just click here, and then this pop-up window will appear. Okay, so here we have classified content according to schools, UG engineering, UG science, UG other disciplines, language, management, and law. So you can click on the appropriate discipline, and then you access the resource. Now let us see how to open the resource at NDLI. Say for example, here I have searched for a topic called sales and marketing management, right? And then the results appear. I applied for the filters, and then the results appear. So here I can see the three filters. One is, this is access restriction, which shows NDLI, and then the language English, and then the text is, it's a text, it's a type of material, it's text. So suppose if I want to open this resource, I just click on this resource, and then this page opens. There are two tabs on the top. One is the metadata tab, another one is the content tab. So here I can the metadata tab I have clicked, so it shows the basic information about the resource. So metadata is nothing but data about data. Okay, so the title is salesmanship and sales management. Who is the author? John George Jones, and source is World eBook Library, right? The other details you can read, and the access restriction here it is NDLI. Okay, and you can download this presentation. As I mentioned, when it's open or NDLI, you can download that result. And when I click on content, this resource will come down, provided if you have already logged in, right? So since I've already logged in, it downloaded the entire 385 pages of book into my system. Okay, suppose if you have not logged in, so here you can check I have not logged in. So it is, when I clicked on content, it is saying please log in to view this content. So here what you need to do is click on login. Once you click on login, this pop-up window will appear. Okay. Suppose if you have already registered at NDLI, just enter your email and password and then enter the CAPTCHA and click on login. You will be taken to the page and you can now download the resource. Okay. Imagine, suppose you have already, you registered a few months back and you forgot your password. Now what you can do is you click on this account recovery button. So you click on the account recovery, enter your email which you gave at the time of registration, and then once you submit, you will get the verification email. Then you can reset the password. Right? Suppose if you have never registered with NDLI, what you need to do is click on this register button. Okay, then the registration form will open. There you fill up the full name, personal email ID, password, and confirm password, and then submit. Then you will get a verification email and you are all good to go. Suppose if it's a video lecture, this is how the video lecture would look like. Okay, as I mentioned, there are some filters which you want to remember. So some of the important filters that I wanted to talk about are access restriction. Suppose if you want full text only, then you click on open and NDLI under the access restriction tab. And the second filter is author. Suppose if you want resources only from Whaley, you just click here, then the resources from Whaley only will appear. And the third one is subject category. Suppose in most of your cases, it may come under social sciences or technology or computer science information. So you choose the relevant, put the topic. According to the topic, you choose the subject category. This is classified as per Dewey Decimal classification mechanism, which most of the libraries follows in the world. Sorry, there was some network connectivity issue. Am I audible now? Okay, so I will. So I was talking to you about the various filter options that I was mentioning to you. So the filters are access restriction, author, subject category, learning resource type. So here, suppose if you want only audiobooks, you have searched for a topic, say for example, Gandhi and peace, and you want only audiobooks, then you click on this URL. Suppose if you want thesis, then you go here and type thesis, then you will get only thesis related to the topic. And the next fifth filter is source. Suppose if you want resources only from Bangalore University, you will just click on this Bangalore University. Suppose if you want resources only from Bharati Dasan University, you click here. So you can choose from the source. As I mentioned, there are about 251 such sources that we have at NDLI. And also on the right hand side, we have another this one called filter called content type. So you can, suppose if you want only text, you click text. Suppose if you want only presentation, click on presentation, audio, video, image, application, and animation. So you can choose according to the content type requirement. So I've already talked to you about the access option. If it's a green lock open and NDLI written, then it's a full text resource. So also this entire NDLI interface website is available on various Indian languages. Hindi, Bangla, Gujarati, Kannada, Marathi, Odia, and Tamil. So these are the languages that you can use the NDLI interface on. And also for the young generation, we have created the mobile app of the entire website. So it's available both on Android as well as on iOS. Right? So now I will show you how to use the NDLI Android app. So what you need to do is go to the Play Store and type National Digital Library of India. You will get the first icon. So you will see this icon, National Digital Library of India, with this logo. Then you download that app and then install it in your system. So once you install, this is how the, when you open, this is how the home page of the app will look like. Okay, so suppose if you want to search a topic in the mobile app, how do you do it? So on the top you have a search icon. Click on the search icon and then your search box appears here. So here I wanted to search on the topic of Uttar Pradesh. So I clicked Uttar Pradesh and then I clicked search in my keyboard, and then 41,573 results appear. Now I want to filter the results. So how do I do it? There is a orange color icon here. I click on this orange color icon. Then the filters which we saw on the desktop application will appear on the top. So here you can actually scroll. You can scroll these um, filters and then choose the relevant filter field. So here I applied for a filter called source, and then the thing is I chose only from Aligarh Muslim University and then applied. I got 199 results on this topic. So this is how NDLI mobile app has to be used. So now I'm going to give you a small activity to all of you. So the activity that I'm going to give you is uh, simple. So I'm going to give you, now it's 4:05 in my system. I'm going to give you 5 minutes. What I'm going to request, we are about 55 people in this group as of now. I want all of you to download NDLI mobile app and then search for the keyword from your subject area, and then give me the feedback whether you've installed the app and is it useful for your subject or not. So I'm going to give you 5 minutes, and we will resume in 5 minutes. And also I request all of you to turn on your video so that I can take some screenshot of the presenters to give the report to my website, right? So kindly turn on your video. Kindly turn on, all of you, we are 56 people now. Kindly turn on your video. We will take few screenshot, and also you start downloading NDLI app and then search for the keyword which are relevant to your subject and see whether it is useful for you. If it is useful and you have downloaded, kindly put the message, yes, I downloaded it and it is useful. Okay, so uh, we will resume the session in 5 minutes. It's 4:05 and we will start. I will start this presentation by 4:10. 5 minutes. Kindly do this activity. Even if you are attending it from mobile phone, you can do it side by side. There is no harm in doing it side by side. And you can be online also. You can be logged into this app and then you can download and use that app as well. So how many of you have downloaded the app? So if you have downloaded, kindly put it in the chat. Yes, you have downloaded. And if you have searched for the topic which is relevant, and if you find the resources useful, and say yes, downloaded and useful. If it's not useful, kindly put that feedback and say why. Okay, Niveda has downloaded it. Thank you, Niveda, for the feedback. Only one person downloaded or what? So actually we have taken the screenshot, so you can stop your video. Sanju Nivashini downloaded, sir. Obviously it is useful. Okay. Karthik Raja, yes, downloaded, sir. It is useful. Thank you, Karthik. Devika Shapari downloaded, sir. It's very useful. Okay. Manshi, thank you for the feedback, Manshi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5 were downloaded. 6. Only 6 have downloaded. And we are 54 now. Swapna Nabia downloaded. Thank you. Shobika downloaded. Premalata downloaded. Thank you. Manoj downloaded. Okay, so now let's Anuprabha. Thank you, Anuprabha, for the feedback. So now let's resume the presentation. Is the screen visible? Okay, so thank you. So now we will see the remaining slides. So now let's see what's the major difference between Google and NDLI and how is it different from each other. See, we don't have any competition with Google. Google is a huge giant, right? So we are a very small entity before them. But there are some slight differences which may you also may find it useful. First and foremost is let's see it with an example. Imagine there is a girl called Payal and a guy called Shamik. Payal is in class 8 and she's like she wants to know about magnetism in the subject of physics. Whereas Shamik, who is a PhD, who is going to apply for a PhD, he also want to do his PhD on magnetism. So what happens is both of them go to Google and they search for a topic called magnetism, and they got a total result of 2.49 crore results, and they come to NDLI and they search for the same term called magnetism, and they got 4.19 lakh resources. And then what Payal did was she applied two filters. One is educational level, which is she applied class 5 to 8, and she chose the language of Hindi, and she got 56 results. And what Shamik did was he applied career and technical papers. He wanted only career and technical papers, and he got 219 results. So now you can imagine where is 2.49 crore and where is 219. So your options are drastically come down. Now let's see what is the major difference. First and foremost, see, Google does its job brilliantly, but what it does is, suppose when you put the term called magnetism, it goes around the world wide web, and wherever this term magnetism is available, it just fetches it, right? But Google can't distinguish between whether it's from an authentic source and an unauthentic source, whether it's a fake resource or a real resource, whether it's from an recognized institution or no. What it does is, like, wherever it is, it just pulls the content and it's bringing it here. But whereas at NDLI, what happens is, we work only with educational and research institutions, and they are our partners, and we collaborate with them, right? And we all these resources are curated by our partners as well as by our team, so they are all only meant for educational purposes, not for any other purposes. Whereas in Google, it may come from non-educational purposes background also. And the second important difference is, you can filter your search. You can filter the search by various options like access restriction, author, learning resource type, source, language. All these options are available at NDLI, where that option is not available at Google. And also our Government of India is procuring national license, through which the Indian citizens can access NDLI resources at free of cost. Already the government procured World eBook Library and South Asia Archive resources for Indian citizens. And what is the big picture? So already you may have this credit transfer and virtual certification are running, wherein you can augment course credits from Swayam Prabha, or NPTEL, so which you can count it under your degree. So that is possible. Maybe in future, what it can happen is, maybe 5 years or 10 years down the line, if you have a mobile phone or a desktop or a laptop with internet connectivity, you can actually like obtain a certificate or a diploma or a UG and PG certificate from a online only. That may or may not happen, but it's what the government looks at. Now let us look at how to operate an NDLI club. So your institution is already a NDLI club member. I think your librarian, Mr. Murthy, he knows about it. I don't know to what extent you know about this club. So under this club, the purpose is to promote the culture of reading, right? And in your institution, I don't see a lot of activities under NDLI club, but I encourage you guys to work out, use this NDLI club for a better reading habit in your campus. So like suppose if you want to register an individual, how you can do is, you just have to click on this icon called register, and then this registration form will open. Just enter your full name, email ID, password, and confirm password, and then these are all optional fields, and then you can submit the form. You will get a verification email. Just verify your email and you are all set to log in. So these are some of the activities that you can conduct under NDLI club, like a lecture series, or a quiz competition, or a drawing competition, or a role play session, or a storytelling session, or a film screening, debate, maker space, or writing competition. So these all things can be done by NDLI clubs. But in your institution, the activity levels are not very encouraging. So I urge you to take up this as a challenge and do it. So these are some of the activities being conducted by various NDLI clubs across the country. And also we are looking at recognizing best performing NDLI club at the district, state and national level, and also looking at like conducting. We have already conducted district reading Olympiad for Coimbatore. I don't know whether your college participated in that or not, but it was a very good response. We got more than 300 participants from 50 institutions attending that reading Olympiad a few months back. So this is what I wanted to share with all of you about the DLI, and now I'm happy to take a few questions from you, and you can ask questions through the chat, or if you raise the hands, I can unmute your mic. I can ask the questions through your mic also, whichever you feel comfortable. Any questions?
Hello.
Yes, Dr. Sundar.
Any queries, students or faculty members, please? Hello. Regarding this NDLI portal, or the way you want to search, or if you have searched already, you want to add any other features, then he will be definitely take it up, and he can work out on that also. Because many persons who are going for MPhil and PhD, they definitely they require this resource portal, because lots of as he told, there are lakhs of books and also lakhs of theses, and also they are from renowned universities, IIT, IIM, IIM. If you are referring it, that will be a very good resource for our thesis, and also for during our PG thing also it will be very helpful. Anybody?
Okay, so what is the feedback? Any student or any faculty members who have downloaded and used, search the topic? If you have any feedback, kindly give your feedback.
Ma'am? Hello?
Okay, I think their mic is mute. So what I will do is I will unmute all the mics.
Yes.
And then mute everybody.
என்னமோ டவுன்லோட் பண்ண சொல்லிருக்காண்டி அந்த ஆளு பேசிட்டு இருக்கானு.
Okay, I think they don't have any more. Should we close the session if there are not much questions here? Sadal, you need to unmute your mic.
Regarding this, please. Ma'am, you want to ask something? No. Okay.
Okay, we will end this session.
Yes, we can end this. Okay, I thank ma'am, Indushi ma'am. Yes, opened, I think. Okay. I think it is a technical issue, I think. Okay, I take this opportunity to thank Dr. Vignesh for spending his valuable time and giving us a very good inputs. especially during this lockdown period. It will be a very helpful for us to, like, unless we are going to, usually we used to go and seek the help of Google. But as he told the differences, like this, in this portal is the information is shared in this portal are authenticated and it is given by the renowned institutions. So definitely this is going to be a very good archive for our research and also for our future endeavor. So I thank him for accepting our invitation and spending his valuable time. I thank you, Vignesh. I thank all the participants, all faculty members from BBA, English, Commerce, and Social Works Department. I thank each and everyone and thank all the participants. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.